Yes, yes, yes. We're back live and direct from the SB1. SKJJ Starter Boy 1, JWBC Elite, Starter Foundation, SB1 Sports Media News. As I predicted, as I said at the half, Boston is done. It's over. Finished. Finito. They may be done in 5. Let's just keep it gully. Let's keep it all the way gully. Boston may be done in 5. And if you don't think so, hey, I'll put, like I said before, I'll put the live link inside the comment section. Y'all can get in and we can debate this. I don't have no problem with that. I welcome all comers. All comers. Boston is done. They're done. Tyler, Django, Butler, and Spoels is getting it done. You know, one thing that people is not really taking into account to about this situation in the bubbles, especially in the Eastern Conference. No, Spoels, man, he's earned his stripes. He's earned, whether you want to admit it or not, he's earned his stripes. You got to respect that man as a coach. Because me personally, for one, when he was coaching Brown, when they teamed up in 2010, I didn't think Spoelstra was a great coach. I felt anybody could coach that team. I felt that any role players they could plug in on that team and play with Bosh, Melo, I'm sorry, Bosh, Braun, and Wade. I felt that they could plug in any role players to play on that team and they could get a good 10 or 15 and help them win the championship. I didn't think that Spoelstra. I didn't think that he really made a difference coaching or not. I always felt that it was Riley up top directing on him what to do. But I got to tell you this. I got to tell you this. Riley rolled with Spoelstra the whole time. Even when Braun tried to get him up out of there in Miami. That's what a lot of people don't want to talk about. Braun, as far as Braun being a coach killer, he tried to get Spoels up out of there in Miami, but Riley stuck with his guy. And the dividends is paying off right now. And you got to get that man respect as a coach because he's flat out coaching. He's out coaching everybody in the bubble. He's out coaching everybody in the bubble. And this is the time. This is the time in the game when you get this deep in the playoffs. I don't care what level you want. I don't care if it's Biddy. I don't care if it's AAU. I don't care if it's AAU might be different because you can win out with flat out talent because your team might be more talented than the other team. You might flat out win. But if a team it gets to a certain point, especially where they're at now in the NBA and the conference finals, where coaching and the talent goes hand in hand. Coaching and hard work goes hand in hand. And right now, Miami is just out working. They're a more disciplined and more focused team. And that plays a lot in what they're doing in this so-called bubble. They want to call it, let's keep it gully again. We're going to keep it gully. They call it a bubble because they don't want y'all to think that these NBA players are in Disney, whatever, Disneyland, Disney World, whichever one is in Cali or in Orlando. I don't know. But they want everybody not to really focus on the fact that these guys are still, even though it's not a luxury life to them, they're still living in luxury and just playing basketball, playing the goddamn game. But anyway, that's besides the point. Erik Spoelstra, what he's doing, he's out coaching everyone. And Pat Riley, of course, he's the godfather. He's the godfather. He's the overseer of all things. And his guy, Django, and I don't know, hold. Do not take this in the wrong way about what I'm saying. Because what Miami is doing is a beautiful thing. It's a very beautiful thing. You got the Django. I say the Django. I call Jimmy Butler the Django because the dude ain't had a haircut or a shave since he got to the bubble. And he looks just like Jamie Foxx in the goddamn movie. Let's just keep it real. He looks like the Django. He look like Jamie Foxx in the goddamn movie. And that's just that. That's why I'm calling him the Django. I don't want anybody to misconstrue anything that I'm saying. But what they have a perfect trinity going on. You have a president of a team, of an organization who believes in his coach, and that coach and the president believe in the leadership of this guy and Jimmy Butler. Again, he had them guys up at 4 a.m. in the morning doing workouts down in Miami. Not too many people is going to come on. Not too many people down in Miami is going to be out there, especially in South Beach. Is going to be doing basketball workouts at 4 a.m. in the morning. Again, like Jalen Rose said, they will be coming home from something else at 4 a.m. in the morning. Winning championships takes dedication. And these guys are dedicated to do it. Now, am I saying that they're going to bump off the Lakers? No, I'm not saying that at all. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that at all. But it ain't no cakewalk. It's no cakewalk at all. These guys are serious, and they are for real. Now, and again, as far as the Lakers, they got their own business to take care of. Like I said in my last video, the video that I did at halftime. Listen, the Lakers got their own situation to deal with because they're not out the water. They are not out the water at all. They are not out the water because they got them young boys over in Denver. Denver, they for real too. Like I said, man. At the end of the day, Bron and AD are the best players on the floor, without a doubt. But Denver got two rising stars. And they might mess around, and they might be going. Lakers, if they might mess around, they might be going fishing too. I don't see the refs at all allowing that to happen. The same way the refs, they tried to give Celtics, they tried to give Boston this game tonight. Or at least cut the spread, one or the other. I don't know. But it was a couple of questionable reviews that went Boston way. That was clearly not Boston's way, and it is what it is. It is what it is. But I don't see the refs allowing. And let me dive deeper into what I'm saying, because this is not what they're going to give you on First Take. This is not what they're going to give you with the Skip and Shannon. They're not going to give you this on Fox Sports 1 or none of these other channels that are in bed with the NBA. At the end of the day, they know who their cash cow is. Bron is their cash cow. He's their cash cow. All right? And really, I think more people would rather see a Miami versus Denver matchup with these young stars. Well, with the Tyler's, he's a young star. Bam is a young star. They being led by the Django Butler. But to see the Joker and Murray going against that Miami team, that'll be a hell of a matchup. It would definitely go 7. It would, because both teams, you have one team that's two teams that's very disciplined. That's what everybody overlook about Denver too. Denver is very disciplined. They're a very disciplined team. And the Joker, he causes problems for a lot of teams in a lot of matches. Because one thing that they're doing against LA too, because I've watched teams that Bron has played against when they have played against teams with scoring guards, scoring lead guards, with guys who are supposed to be point guards who are ball dominant, that scores a lot. They do that high trap. Even off the pick and roll, they just bump them off the pick and roll, take the ball out their hands. See, with Denver, LA can't do. They can't do that. They cannot do that. But because when you have a guy like Joker who can bring the ball up the floor, can actually initiate the pick and roll himself, and that just frees Murray up and take him off the ball, because he can play He could play all on the wing and get the catch and do what he do. Versus having to have the ball in his hand all the time. When you create a dynamic like that, now they can't so much. They have to basically lock in, and everybody has to stay home. Because Joker hit the three on you, he'll come off the pick and roll, he'll pop, he'll also make the right decision. He'll either dig down in the paint and draw the defense to him. He'll hit guys on the box. He'll hit guys on the 3-point line. So the Lakers' whole game, the thing that Bron led teams, whether it was in Miami against D Rose when he was in Chicago, or even what they did with Steph when they did in Cleveland when they won that championship in 2016, and the refs allow Cleveland to get a lot away with a lot of pulls and pushes on Steph. That's why that man was frustrated. But that's a whole nother scenario. I'm not going to get into that. But they basically sent two guys on the primary ball handler and got the ball out their hands. They can't do that with them. They can't do it. And especially if you got other guys stepping up and hitting shots, they can't do it. They can't do it at all. Now, again, we're also it's back to Miami. Look, Boston is just cooked. It's over. They're just cooked. They are a very talented team. And a very talented team will not beat a very disciplined team. It goes back to hard work beats talent any day. They just won't get it done. They just won't get it done. Now, I'm about to close it down. I'm about to shut it down. Again, please like, subscribe, and share. Hit that button. Hit that like, subscribe, and share button. Tomorrow I'll be back. Tomorrow morning I'll be back on with some more content, some more info. Like I said, we got the merch store coming. We have everything coming. We have merchandise. We have all, hit the Cash App. The Cash App is at money sign J Rose V Ball on Cash App. Those who are willing to donate and support the channel, please do. What I normally do on a normal night, I didn't do it on this night because I just jumped back on right after the game. What I normally do, I take the time. I take the time to read all whoever send it. If you send in the Cash App or you send in a super chat, you put that money in. I'm gonna read your comments. I'm gonna read what you say. I'm gonna give you all a voice to this show. And as we keep building, and I don't mind putting the link I don't mind putting the link to the call-in show in the comment section and letting everybody come in and voice their opinion. But you gotta push that like button. You gotta subscribe. You gotta share to the channel. Once again, SB1 Sports Media, SKJJ, Starter Boy 1, Starter Foundation, JWBC Elite. Love y'all. Peace.